Before the video ends, I'm going to attach the trailer. Ma, what do you think I should do? Ma, what do you think I should say? Ma, who should I call? Ma, can you give me this number? Are they going to set up their shots? What kind of transitions they will use? And all that is just the planning, bruh. Make sure you never, ever book that place. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you all about nominee behavior. As you can see, there has been a change in my behavior. Oh yes, once a nominee, you have to switch things up. You understand? You have to switch things up a bit to become more a nominee. Yes, there has to be a change. No, the value is not the same. No. I'm a nominee. I have to be different. I have to come with a different energy. I'm a nominee. Nominee. Come on. What are you expecting? Expecting me to just come in some normal clothes and just be giving you tips? No. Well, let's get to it then, shall we? Straight to the nominee behavior. Okay. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's still me, AJ for short. Don't worry, nothing has changed. Of course, yes, I am an AMVCA nominee, but nothing has changed. I'm still the same old me. It's just a starting point, and it's just pushing me to want to do better and make films that have an impact in society. So yeah, it's still me. Let me go take this thing off. Show credit.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Hey guys, like I said, it's still me, your girl AJ for short, and I'm here to share my experience on set of the AMVCA nominated movie Revisit. Revisit was a project I had to work on as part of my 1-year film study in Nigeria, and it was a great experience collaborating with other young, talented individuals coming together from conception up until distribution. This has been our brainchild, and we are so excited that we got nominated. So, as it was done in school, it was nominated under the student film category. So, that's how we got nominated in the AMVCAs. But, guys, it wasn't an easy journey at all. First of all, I'm based in Ghana most of the time. I've lived here most of my life. So having to move to a different country, having to acclimatize, get used to every single thing up there, the culture shocks and everything, while you are studying something that is as thrilling as filmmaking. It wasn't an easy journey at all. And having to, put aside the fact that you are homesick and probably having your own personal issues to deal with, you just have to put that aside and think about the film, because at the end of the day, this is your brainchild and you are putting it together with a group of people, putting aside their differences and just coming together to make things work. So the experience in itself was great. So I'm going to take it from the beginning. Content creation has 4 major steps. We have conceptualizing and planning, then we have the shooting, then we have editing, and we have posting or sharing. And it is the same with filmmaking as well. Film production has many steps, but some have divided it into 4, some have divided it into 3. So the 3 steps are mainly pre-production, production, and post-production. And if you want to deal with the 4 steps, we have pre-production, production, post-production, and marketing and distribution. So these are the 4 major steps of film making. Guys, if you're enjoying this so far, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and of course share with a friend so that they can learn a thing or two also. A pre-production is all about conceptualizing the idea, writing the script, putting down the idea that we had and developing it into a film. The concept of Revisit film was by Hope Anayekan, and so she's the one who had the story by credit. We all came together brainstorming, scene by scene, act by act, making sure that we came up with a story that was still in line with her story idea, because the story idea had been approved by MultiChoice, had interactions with Stad Bode Asinyabi, and I'd like to say a big thank you to him any time of the day he was available. And we had a number of writers on our team, so it was a great experience coming together and just writing for the film. We divided the story into different acts and scenes, and everybody was responsible for coming together and putting the story together. So, in my opinion, yes, it is possible for multiple writers to come on board and write a film, but it is not advisable. And that's because a film is just going to run for a maximum of 2 hours, maybe 2 hours and some. And it's important for the story to still have one central idea. So if you have multiple writers on it, maybe you'll be sharing too much and everybody will just be giving their own point of view, and it will make the story too saturated with too many points of view. So in my opinion, yes, it is possible, but then it's not advisable. It's advisable for multiple writers to write on a TV production or maybe a series. But when it's a film, maybe maximum should be 2, 3 writers and we are good to go. After writing the script, it was time to break down the script. Now, by breaking it down, you are breaking down the various elements, the props, the costumes, whatever element it is that you're going to use in the filming process. We all shared roles and then we made sure that everybody knew exactly what it was I wanted to do. We were a group of 10 members and we all had a role to play. We even had to play multiple roles because we weren't many. I was part of the writing team. I also was the production manager for the film. And then also I did a cameo, but I'll talk about that when we are doing the production side. So stay tuned. So after I break down, you're sure of what locations you use, costumes, and all of that. So it's now time for you to be acquiring all these things. So we went to a location scouting with our supervising producer. That was Miss Joy Grant. And it was a great experience going around Nigeria. For me, someone who lived in Ghana, now going to Nigeria, going around different locations, opened my eyes to different places. And because of the kind of script that we had a particular look we were going for, and we got that at a particular location. Taking photos, comparing it with others, we divided ourselves. So we're comparing, okay, do we think this one works? Do we think this one does not work? I think that was mainly the most difficult part. I mean, we all played the role of location managers, but then it was also my duty to make sure that everything was on point. And then as production manager, we had been to Terraculture before, so I had seen the place. And then when we were talking about a scene, it reminded me of Terraculture. So I was just like, can we really get this place? And if we do, are we going to have to budget big time for it? The general manager, Mr. Joseph Omoibun, was so accommodating, and he was so kind, and he let us use the place for free. So I was really happy about that. We got a few other places that sorted out our location list, so that was a good one, and we went on to the next. So while all that was going on, while we were doing the location scouting and all of that, we were also thinking of casting. So we had our mind set on certain actors that were already in the industry. I know. Big dreams. Do we have the vim to actually call this actor? So we spoke to people we knew. We spoke to our academy director. She gave us a few contacts. We called them, we spoke to them. Some we got, some weren't able to get. Some we also got, but we got disappointed at the last minute, so we had to quickly do replacements. But then that's production for you. But it was great. Some were very receptive, some not so much, but I guess differences in personality. But then it was nice having to go through that process. It wasn't nice while the process was going on, believe you me. But then now that I think about it, I think it was a great training process and I don't take it for granted. After we spoke to some of the actors that we got on board, we had to negotiate, we had to speak to them about the money, It wasn't easy because the student production, we didn't have enough funds. It wasn't a big budget Nollywood production. So even though we're still Nollywood, but then it wasn't really with a big budget. So we had to convince some of them. Some fell out. Some also said, oh, we'll do it for you. And we eventually got the cast with it. Meanwhile, the production design was going on. We were getting feedback from our production designer and our art director on the look and feel, coming to us back with ideas. We're managing all these things, and then we're also setting dates, trying to come up with a schedule, trying to work within a 7-day schedule, and making sure that every single scene is being shot, and we are very judicious with our time and with our locations. All that was going on before we actually went into the production. We also had to make sure that everybody was going to be fed. So we spoke to different caterers. They came up with their meal plans, and then we picked the one that really suited us. We had to think about rental of certain equipment because we got some equipment from MultiChoice Talent Factory, getting other things on check. And then I, as a production manager, had to be speaking with Miss Grace Babashala, and is one of the most prolific production managers in Nollywood. She has been on multiple Nollywood sets, and she was one of our facilitators. So I had to be on call with her every now and then. Ma, Ma, what do you think I should do? Ma, what do you think I should say? Ma, who should I call? Ma, can you give me this number? And she was always available for anything at all. I'd like to say a big thank you to her as well. And all that is just the planning. While that was going on, the directors were also in the back planning their shots with the cinematographer. How are they going to set up their shots? What kind of transitions they will use? Bruh. All these things were leading up to just 1 week of shooting. And we were going to have to use just 1 week. We didn't have any time to waste. And if there was a spillover, we were going to be in trouble because that would mean more money. So we're really, really judicious with our time. And then the week came, production came. It was time for us to go on set. We had a call time. We all had to be there on time. Our WhatsApp groups were active. Call time was 5 a.m. We were up and doing, going up and down, left, right, center. It wasn't easy. But day 1, day 2, day 3, every single day had its own unique challenge. It's either day 1, someone will call and cancel. Day 2, something will happen. It was just a new discovery every single day. And I didn't mention this particular point. There's an extra agency that we contacted for extras. Now, extra agencies, they usually handle the extras. Extras are people that we call them wakapas, people who are just in the scene, don't necessarily have a line. They are part of the scene or part of the movie. And there are agencies that we contacted, they gave us people, we had to pay them. And those were the ones that actually gave us the most stress. I guess that's why they called them extra, because they were really, really extra. Guys, it was stressful. Some of them will call, I can't come on. I'm stuck on Third Mainland Bridge. And we were already on set. What do we do? So we had to improvise. Some of us had to step in. I remember our first AD on set, Emanuela, she had to step in as one of the roles for our first day on set because one of the extras decided not to show. She didn't call, nothing. We didn't hear from her. So we just had to replace her. We had to find a way to get it done because there was no other day that we were going to shoot apart from the 7 days. For me personally, it wasn't easy going up and down. While the production was going on, I was still doing paperwork. I was still making sure that before we get to a location, that location is sorted. Whenever we leave a location, I have to make sure that everything is in order the same way we met it. Some of the days I had to fill in because I was an actress. While I'm acting, I have to make sure I'm still doing production manager work, and it was not easy. But working with my producer, Wonu, was really a breeze. It wasn't easy switching between roles, but it was easy because I was working with a great team. Fortunately, I fell ill. I had to be in the hospital. I was admitted for a while. I missed the last but 1 day on set, but on the final day, I made sure to make it. I was back on my feet. I don't know how, but I was back on my feet. I went back on set at least to say a goodbye to my people. And that was when we were shooting at one of the most difficult locations to ever shoot in the world. I tell you, I don't want to mention the name of the place, but see me in Chambers and make sure you never ever book that place. And then post-production, it's all about editing, putting together the footages, the sound design, making sure everything was on point. I worked on a soundtrack for the film, which eventually was not used in the final cut. But yes, that was also what I did during the post-production side of things, until we finally were done with everything and we submitted, and it was a go from channel. I mean, the way I'm saying it seemed like it took just 5 minutes. It was a long time between shooting and actually being done with editing and submitting it to channel. But I'm glad we were able to do it on time and hit our deadlines and submit the film. And now here we are in the marketing and distributing aspect. Guys, the film is out and it's on Showmax. I have linked the film in the description box, so go ahead and click the link and go and watch it right now on Showmax. And if you haven't subscribed to Showmax, what you waiting for, boo? What you waiting for? Subscribe right now and watch the film. Before the video ends, I'm going to attach the trailer, and I want to say a big thank you to everybody who was on the production, from the actors to the backstage people who are hardly ever noticed. That's the crew, to the technical people, every single person, and also to every facilitator that ever was on MultiChoice Talent Factory taking us through the courses. You have made it possible for us to make you proud, and we are thankful for the opportunity in itself. Before this video turns into a gratitude gratitude post. I'd like to say a big thank you to you for watching up to this point. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Don't forget to share with a friend or two and subscribe, guys. Let's keep growing the family and let's keep it real and let's keep talking African content and promoting the continent of Africa. It's been amazing sharing my experiences with you. It's been your girl AJ, for salt, for sugar, for spice, and everything nice. Catch me in my next video, which is going to come pretty soon. So keep it logged on this channel. And guys, enjoy the trailer and I will see you in my next video.
I trust madam. She won't let me starve.
This the pursuit is.
Cooking is her passion. It's just something that she likes to do, not so, Chioma.
Taste Chef, where we turn amateur cooks to renowned chefs.
I really have a shot at winning this. It would be a great opportunity to open up that restaurant I've always been talking about. You know, it has been my dream.
No.
Why are you so against this? I married you when I was 19. And every day for 30 years, I stood by you. I married Dende.
I will not tolerate this anymore in my house. You have to go.
Hey! Inaugural.